Hello everyone and welcome to Grantham Physics 221 Lab 8 for this week, for the final week. Now this is a little bit different than normal. Instead of having actual calculations in labs, what I want you guys here to do is I want you to submit a paper. In particular, what I'm looking for you guys to do is write about reactors. Since this week we're focused on nuclear reactors and their uses, please write a 2-page research paper on the major different types of nuclear reactors. Please include ones inside and out of the side of the United States. Make sure to include basic operations and also include problems that have affected these and any solutions that were used to solve these problems. You don't have to follow the report format here, just follow the usual APA format for the paper. There's a lot of different things you can look into on this. One of the things you will notice is how reactors were built in the United States versus other countries, and I will give you a hint is that two of the other main countries you're going to want to look into are Canada and France, because they specifically looked into these quite a bit. Japan also. Also, I talked about problems that came up with these. There were 3 major events, difficulties that arose with these reactors. One was in the 70s, one was in the 80s, and one was just a few years ago, and how the problems we have to deal with those. You can also look into newer developments with things like fusion reactors and how those differ, the problems getting those off the ground and then keeping sustainable. So please, this is a little bit more of an open-ended research situation. If you have any questions, please forward them to your instructor at any time, and use some notable resources. That's key also. I usually try to steer students away from using Wikipedia, other than the fact that it's a good starting point. If you look into these, look at the references and go into those and try to pull information where you may want to get more quote-unquote reputable sources. Department of Energy is a good one here in the United States, and there's some other sources for, like I said, Japan, Europe, and even Canada. So again, I'm looking for some of the basic uses, how they work, what's their functionality, how the efficiencies have panned out over time, and then how, of course, the number one thing with the financial situation on this, have they become financially feasible, both in their long-term, short-term, and their financial game and their use, and then how they've actually been integrated into systems. For example, I always use California as an example of how they've used nuclear power for a certain specific need in the energy system. So I hope you enjoy the project, and if you have any questions, email your instructor, and hope you enjoy your last lab for the Physics 2 class here at Grantham University.